Coming up on today's episode. Alright, well, you can see, I think, you can see the problem. This is what happens. It started with this chair here. You see the chair sitting there with the box and the stuff on it? Well, that was the start of it. I put that chair there when I was sorting parts for the BDST kits. And I set the box there and with all the parts in it. And I would fill my orders from that. And then the chair just kind of became a permanent fixture there. So instead of moving it around, on the bottom of the chair is envelope for kits, and then below that's the plastic baggies for it. And then all this other stuff is just sort of migrated here. You know, I get something out and I put it there on the floor just to keep it out of the way for temporary where I'm working up at the bench. And then, you know, before you know it, this side started. Now the cabinets are there. Let's see if I can get around here and look at them a little bit better. You can see there, cabinets. They were over here, along with that. And everyone has been moved over to here, except for that one. So, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I definitely want the pegboard in there, though. I don't want to put those cabinets back in there. I know that. I'm thinking about this area here. I don't know if I can get them in there, maybe from this end piece here. But then that's going to be kind of hard to get to get into the drawers and things. You'd have to lean way over to get to it. So I'm not sure about that. That's one of the things I'm not really sure about. Well, underneath the desk, you haven't even seen, or the bench, you haven't seen that. That's grown over the years, over the time. And so, like I said, my scraps from my 3D printer over there on the floor, because I got tired of trying to put them somewhere else, and instead of finding a proper receptacle for them, I just started putting them on the floor. So, yeah, we're just having some kind of fun here, let me tell you. But this stuff is the thing I'm working on right now. And I say working on, I just started filming, and that's all I've done. So, I want to get all this stuff cleaned out, because I get tired of every time I walk in here, especially if it's dark or something like that, you can't get to the chair without tripping over 50 things, because there's everything on the floor. And like I said, it's just, when I sit there at the bench, I just sit and turn around and find a convenient place, or not even convenient, but I just find a place to put something out of the way, so that I can go on and continue working, and I'll have to get up from the bench and do something else. So that's what I have been doing, and got to stop doing that, obviously, and get this mess cleaned up. So that's my challenge for today. Let me go over here and sit down. Alright, so like I said, challenge for today is going to be that, but I got to go down to Home Depot and pick up the wood. I got on the stick yesterday, and I thought I'm going to go ahead and order some more wood to build a couple more of the shelf units that I like to get, or like to build, with the furring strips and planks for the shelves. But I had that ordered yesterday, and they sent me a pickup, you know, go ahead and pick it up. I always use a pickup, and I try to use curbside pickup. That way I don't have to go into the store. And they bring it out to the car, and that's nice for me. And so anyway, I got the notice to pick it up, and it was about, I guess about 5:45. And I didn't think anything about it. I just, you know, filled out the little, I had the app on my phone, and I filled out the little whatever questionnaire. I think it says what kind of car do you drive, sedan, hatchback, minivan, things like that. I ordered that, or did that, and filled in the color, which is gray. And it said, just let us know when you're on the way. And I clicked that button, got in the car, and drove down there. Well, I parked in the designated area. That's the curbside pickup designated area. And I looked at my phone again. Of course, by that time, the phone had lost track of where the app was at. And I had to go through and fill out the whole thing again. Sedan, gray, on your way, I'm here. So, and that's when I hit the I'm here button. And it popped up that curbside pickup was unavailable. At this time, it said. So, at that time, it was about I'm gonna be generous and say probably 5:58. It was close to 6. And one of the things that popped up and said is curbside pickup's only available till 6. Well, it was actually before 6, but at the same time, what are you gonna do? So I got a little PO'd, as you can imagine, after my experience at Wendy's the other day. I was not in a good mood for that. So I just decided, okay, well, I'm going back home. I'll do it tomorrow. So I had planned, even before I left to go pick it up, I thought, I should just wait till tomorrow and do it. Well, that was the proper thing to think. But sometimes something else gets the best of you, and you say, oh, I'll go ahead and do it now. Anyway, I went ahead and went back home, and as I was pulling out of the parking lot, the phone rang, and I could just tell by the number, it was a local number, that was probably Home Depot calling. And so you're not supposed to pick up your phone when you're driving, so I didn't. I went home and called the number back when I got home, and sure enough, it was Home Depot. And the lady said, "Can I help you?" And I said, "Well, I'm returning your call." She said, "I don't understand." I said, "Well, I got a call from this number," and I said, "I'm just returning the call to find out what you wanted." And then we kind of put two to two together and found out what was going on. And she says, "Oh," she said, we were just wanting to make sure you got your order." And I said, "No, I didn't." I told her the whole thing. I said, for one thing, your app or your phone app sucks. And I think that kind of set the tone for the rest of the conversation. And so basically, long and short of it was, I told her I'd pick it up today, and she said, "Well, it's here." She said, "I just didn't want you to think that we gave it to somebody else." I said, "Okay, that's fine." I said, I'll pick it up, Saturday. So I was careful to look at and let me preface this by saying, when I ordered this lumber, I also ordered another piece, but it was going to be an item that was going to be shipped. But I ordered this thing, and on the order, when you place your order, it's got a little button there. It says, "Do you want to pick up in the store or curbside or whatever?" And I chose curbside. I generally almost always choose curbside, unless I happen to be wanting to go in the store for something else. I just decide that's the way to do it. So, and then as soon as you get the pickup order, it says pick up in the store. Their ordering system leaves something to be desired, is what I'm trying to say. And I think that's the thing that bugs me more about anything else, is that all the apps, everybody wants you to get their app. Oh, get my app. It's on the phone. It's so easy to use. And it's not. It's not easy at all. People do not know how to program these things. Bob and I were talking about it after I got back, and he said, yeah, there's a couple, 3 that are good, but he said the majority of them really suck, and they do. And we were talking about Subway. Subway was really, really bad there for a while. In fact, I guess it still is, but so, it's just, these people, they want to get on that bandwagon of having an app. Businesses is what I'm talking about. And I guess they take the first yahoo that comes along and says, "Hey, I can do that for you." So, and then they end up with crap like that. But anyway, enough said about that. I don't mean to be griping about it too much, but I just kind of wanted to let you know that Bill inspired me to get in here and start cleaning some of this crap. And yes, that's what it is, crap. And I thought at the same time, well, I'll go ahead and get the lumber because I had the extra money to do it. And I'll go ahead and do that and build those shelves, and then I'll have some place to put some of this stuff. The majority of it's going to be tossed. Now these boxes that you see there, there's blue ones and the regular boxes. Some of that's going to be thrown out. Now a lot of this stuff we use. You can tell those are ones I've gotten from Bob. Both of those there sitting on the bench. I think Bob has sent parts to me in, which is nice, but you don't really need that many of them. If you look over here, I've got them over there. I mean, I've got them all over the place because there's another one that's not even been opened yet. That's our BDST boards, our latest ones. I got that yesterday. Haven't even opened that yet. So all this stuff is it's overwhelming, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I need to get back on my power supply, get that done. I just got so much to do. Again, it's overwhelming. And so that's what I'm doing today. And I thought I would go ahead and make this part of the video already and show you that maybe I am getting things done. But at the same time, it's overwhelming. I think I mentioned it. So anyway, that's that. Of course, Bob's got his thing going. He's been working on a problem we're having with the Simple AM Plus. Some of the beta testers are having problems with them, and as I did, as you may recall me talking about. So, we've got to figure that out, and again, that's going to be more on his end than mine because he's the evil genius behind our business here. I like to say that. But anyway, that's the situation as it is, as it stands, or sits, like me. And so, alright, let me get back to what I'm doing and get some of this done. It's after 9 now, according to the time on the TV there. And I guess it's time I can go get my stuff. Or I may wait till 11. I think I looked at the temperature. I do that hourly temperature. I think it's supposed to be up in the 70s by 11. Right now it's barely in the 60s, I think. So at least it is sunny out today. Let's take a look out the window here, as we are like to do. There's a lady over there. I think it's a lady. Lady or a man, I can't tell. Well, whatever they are. So, people are out. And, it's much nicer than it has been when it was raining. People coming, people going. And, I never thought about it, but this is Memorial Day weekend, and that's going to be probably a factor in getting things picked up and things like that. So a lot of people are probably out doing stuff like that. Of course, Saturday they usually do anyway. I mean, Saturday is the day to do that for people that work, obviously. So, like I said, I've wasted enough time sitting here doing this. So, all right, I'm getting off. You guys have a good one. We'll see you later. Good Sunday morning to you all, YouTube. It is 11:05 now in the AM. I am at the bench. Not on the bench, at the bench. Here you can see that is lumber. I had one heck of a time securing these boards, but I finally managed to do it. And I've also, and you can't see it, but I've also moved the antique radio, the Philco, out of the cupboard there. I didn't like the way it was in there. It was too close on the edges, and I didn't want it to scrape on that baseboard, so I moved it out of there. And I have it in the hallway where the bookcase used to be. And I've got the hand cart there in front of it, kind of protected. But anyway, it's out there. It's going to stay out there, I think, because I'm going to try to utilize as much of this cupboard as I can for shelving. And it's a space that's meant for that, and so I'm going to try to put it back into its normal mode of operation. To that end, I have cleaned out the things that were in there, which was my little lights for my green screen, and I've got those in the living room. And there's also the other door is in there. I've got to bring that out, and I'll actually try to put it back up. And I'm going to wait until I get all this done first, but in the meantime I want to try to bring that door out and put it somewhere out of the way so I can get in there and work. All this stuff has to be moved over here, the shelf or the drawers and those shelves. Now those shelves will be utilized on the new ones as well. They're the correct length. They're at least 2 foot long, and that's what I'm making my shelves, I think. But that's that. So I only got one shelf board, 1 by 8 or 1 by 10 by 8 foot, and that will make the majority of the shelves. Now I don't know how you can tell, but I didn't get 8 of the furring strips. I just got 4, and I've got 4 of the 1 by 2 furring strips, and I think those will do for the back legs on this because it's going to be sitting against the wall, and I think that'll work just fine. So that's my plan on that. I figure save $1 a piece on the boards, and that's what I did. Plus I've got a couple, I don't know how you can see them, behind this door here. There's 2 more furring strips that I didn't realize I even had, but I bought them sometime for something, and those are there. So I've got plenty of wood to build at least 2 shelf units for that, and those will go in the middle section. And the one that's going to go on that end where the Velcro was sitting is the one that's in my shop, old shop I should say, and I've measured that and it will fit in there just perfectly, and I might have to add a couple bottom shelves to it, but it will go in just as it sits, and it will be, I won't say tight, but it'll fit, let's put it that way. And then I'd like to kind of make one on the other end as well, with some shelves, and maybe use that for storage as well. So that's going to be 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. So that's 4 units, and I won't get all those made out of this wood here, but the 2 in the middle and the 1 on the end will be made because they're practically already made anyway. But so that just leaves the 1 end, and I'm sure I may be able to come up with enough scrap lumber to do that, because I've got a lot of scrap lumber there in the kitchen yet to clear out and get rid of. So that's what I've done so far. This I was starting to tell you, this proved to be quite the chore to get. Now, for you guys, from my past experiences, you guys know what I like to do at Home Depot is basically order it online and use the store pickup to pick it up. Yesterday, I decided, okay, well, I'm going to go down and pick it up, and I thought, well, I'm going to wait till it's warmer because I didn't want to go out, with shorts and a t-shirt out on, and it's only in the 50s. So I decided I'd wait until afternoon, which I did, and it was probably 12:30 or so. I don't know, maybe closer to 1. I don't know. But Home Depot was an absolute madhouse. It was people coming, going, holiday weekend. So I used the app. The app was worthless. I checked in twice or 3, at least 3 times, sitting there in the designated spot number 3, and nothing happened. And nobody. Usually, when you have something like that, you say check in, and you get some kind of confirmation that, okay, you're checked in, somebody will be helping you in a minute or something like that. Nothing ever did. It didn't pop up. And finally, I said, well, I'm going to get something today, and I'm going to get it out here. I said, it just makes you mad when they offer something and then they don't carry through with it. And so I called the store and told the girl that answered the phone what was going on. And she said, okay, don't worry about it. She said, we'll bring it out. She said, wanted to know what spot I was in. I said 3. And she said, no problem, we'll get you out there. So short time later, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6, 7 minutes, I don't know. I seen them coming out through the parking lot there. It's really not that far from the door, but So I got out and was helping to load it, and I told her, I said, I said, your app totally is bad. And she said, well, she said, it's kind of a madhouse in there too. I said, yeah, I understand. I said, she said, well, I'm sorry. She said, I know you've had trouble getting this, and I said, it's not your fault. I said, I understand that, but you guys, you're trying to do something that. And so anyway, whatever the case, I did pick up the lumber. I got it loaded into the Toyota, and just as it sits there, and it fits in through the pass-through and the between the trunk and the back seat, and went all the way up to the front. But I got it home, so that is a good thing. And also, while I was out, I went ahead and mailed the BDST that we got an order for. I don't know if I'd even mentioned that. Another one to Canada. So that one got sent out, and I also made up some more kits. I've got 3 there, and I've got 2 more on the bench. I ran out of one component, which is a 150 nanofarad capacitor. I think a 630 volt. And luckily, as it happened, those came in yesterday in the mail from China. So I'll go ahead and put those into the bags, and I'll have 5 kits ready to go then. And also got the new boards in, new order of boards. So we're good to get on parts. We're good to go for a while now. You can see the chips there in the thing. There's plenty of those. So like I said, and then I also got new. I don't know if I've got these handy or not. 20 new of these new, and I had to use a couple of those for these kits I was making. But so we're pretty good on the parts right now, I think, and so that's where that stands. So that's gonna be it probably for this video, because I don't know how much I talked yesterday. I know, if I know me, it is a lot. But I will take and show you the get up here in a minute and show you the cupboard, what it looks like. So like I said, today I'm going to take my time, I think, and maybe try to build a couple of shelves. The plan is I'm going to cut them to length, because you can see they obviously won't go up 8 foot high with the shelf above there. So I'm going to have to cut them to the length that will fit underneath that, and then we'll go ahead and see what kind of space I've got and how many. I think I'm going to go with 4 shelves on each unit. I think these here I've got 2, 4, 6, 7, so they're a little bit tighter than I really need. So I think I might go with 5. 5 might be good. That's probably what I'll go with, 5, and that way it'll give me similar as to these, but these are a little bit wider than 2 foot. I think they're 2.5 foot, but again, they are what they are, and that will be what it will be. if that tells you what I'm talking about. I also want to try to move the one in from the other bedroom in here and get that. Of course, it's got the BK970, I think it is, radio analyst on it, and I've got to get that off, and it's going to come in here, and it will be placed on this end of the bench, like opposite of where the HP signal generator is on the other side, and that will be on there. So that's the plans on what's going on here. So let me get busy and do something. Let me get up here and show you. Alright, well, you can see here again the wood. There is the wood. And let's walk past the wood carefully. Turn the light on so we can see a little bit. There we go. There you can see there's the one that's I moved out of that end. And of course now this end has been cleaned out as well. There's the door. I've got to take that out and get that out of the way temporarily, and I'm going to get this one open and get all this stuff moved out of the way somewhere. And so basically it'll have another, that's not quite 2 foot in there, I don't think, but I might be able to put in a 2 foot one in there. We'll have to look and see, but I'm going to get it as close as I can get as far as size wise. I don't want to, of course it can't be any wider than the baseboard down there, but we'll find out how much that is and go from there. But these two in the middle, like I say, will be placed. Now these brackets here are there and there. One's going to go here in the middle because there's no room to two in there, and one on that, probably that end there, I'd say. And I don't know that I'm going to do it that way. I might just put them on one on this side and one on that side, and then go with ones on each end. That would leave me the middle part for another shelf if I wanted to put another shelf in there. So I don't know. We'll see. That's the plan. I'm going to build the shelves so that they can be moved in and out without any special, like this thing here will go underneath there. I don't want to make them any higher than that, so they can just be moved in and out at will, and I don't have to take anything down or take anything apart or anything like that. So that's the plan there, and again, that's what I'm going to be doing. So if I do come back, we'll see you then. If not, we'll talk to you later. Good Sunday morning to you all, YouTube. It is 11:23 now in the AM. As you can see, this shelf unit has found its way into the new shop area. Well, how about that? I didn't really expect it would go that easily, but it did. And as you can see, the little blocks there on the ends, there and there and there, I've got to get all those off. Those were what I used to attach shelves to the outside of that, going across to the other shelf unit that I built in there, and those are no longer obviously needed. One shelf will be needed to be added to the bottom part of that, in the middle there, obviously. Those 2x4s make that a little bit less useful, but I think I can make use of it okay by twisting things around and making them fit in between the 2x4s, and I think that'll work out just fine. There's obviously, I have things of every size and color and shape and things like that can be fit in there, and that should work out rather well. I just need to be a little bit more diligent about what I put in there and make total use of the space that is provided. The top shelves are obviously a little bit more useful, and that's what we're going to be doing that. Now I do have one little issue. I don't know how we can see that, but I don't know how well that's going to fit underneath that top shelf. I may have to cut that down a little bit. We'll see. But again, that's the I got it in here. That's half the battle, as they say. So next thing I want to do is get my power screwdriver and put a Phillips tip on it and start taking those off. I don't think those are glued. In fact, I'm almost positive they're not. So like I say, that shelf is fairly sturdy. It moved in here no problem. I basically just tilted it back and forth on those two legs there and kind of sashayed its way into here, and it was easy enough to do. I could have got the hand card out and got it that way, but I figured it was easier just to walk it down the hallway on those legs, and that's what I did. So alright, that's as far as we're going to go with this little update, and let me get those pieces off and see about what I'm going to use for a shelf in there. I think it will probably be one of the shelves like that one there where the power strip is on. That's got the 1/4 inch MDF board on top with a couple furring strips going across, and that's all that shelf is, and that's probably what this one will be as well. Not a lot of structural stuff needed for that 1/4 inch Luan, I want to say. MDF board is very sturdy, especially with good rails on it like that. And it holds up very well. So, and that's what I'm going to put in there, and I don't know what I'm going to put in there yet, but we'll see. And that's that. So alright, let me get busy and do that. 11:35 now in the AM. As you can see, that was quick. Didn't take long to rip those off. They are all over here along with the screws. I'll obviously reuse the screws. I don't know about those blocks. They might come in handy for something. We'll see. I got a couple of things I want to get off that cardboard there. That needs to come off. Remove the tape from that shelf right there. And I want to take and remove my holder from my camera boom that I put up there. Didn't get to use that much, but I'm thinking still about trying to rig that up on this bench some way. Should be possible. We'll see. Got a piece of a little box or something down there at the bottom. Next thing I want to do again is to get a shelf on that middle part. I think what I'm going to be doing is taking a couple of scrap pieces of furring strip across the insides of that on both the front and back 2x4s, and then I can just lay a I'll cut a piece of kind of like that right there. I'll cut a piece of a 1/4 inch. I've got a bunch of those sections of 1/4 inch that I cut off for the shelf in the living room, and I can make one to fit in there, and that will make a nice little shelf for that area there, and that will be useful. May put an end piece like on that one there. I don't know. We'll see. Not a big deal one way or the other. I've got plenty of scraps to do that as well. But I want to get one more shelf in there, and then that will be ready to move in there. I'm going to clean it off before I move it in there. It's obviously filthy dirty, and that needs to be done. Again, I want to get that cardboard piece off here, and again, get the piece off there, and get that done. And then I won't probably bring you back until it's either ready to set in there or set in there. So there's no sense in coming back here every 5 seconds just to see what I've done for 5 minutes before that. So that's going to do that. And like I say, I'm really happy with how easy it was to get that out here and back in here. I'm going to be making also some I'm trying to think of what sawhorses for making those shelves back there. I'm going to make some out of scrap. Either I've got some scrap 2x4s, and I probably will either end up ripping those down the middle to make 2x2s, and that way will give me plenty. I think I've got 6 or 3 of them in there, which should make me 6, enough for 6 legs, and then I'm sure I've got some other stuff I can make out the other two legs out of, and go from there. But I've got enough scrap lumber to do that with, and that's what I'm going to make it out of, is scrap lumber. And that's what I want to do. And like I say, it will make easier cutting work on the other stuff that I've got to do. And I'll probably do that in the kitchen, as I have done in the past, because you know I don't mind the sawdust too bad in the kitchen, because it has a smooth floor. You can sweep it up easily, and getting stuff off carpet is a little bit more difficult than just sweeping it up with a broom. So that's probably what we'll do. I'll bring you back for that maybe also, to show you what I've got going on with that if I get it done. I'll have to take the 2x4s out to the garage to rip those, because I can't. I could do it with a saber saw, but it would take forever to rip a 2x4 lengthwise, and so the power saw obviously will make easy work of that. So that's what's going on there. And like I say, let me get busy and get the rest of this stuff off, and get these shelves cleaned off, and get figure out what I'm going to do for this, and we'll go from there. So stay tuned for another update soon, hopefully. Well, I guess I kind of lucked out. It's in the afternoon now. I'm not close enough to see the time. But this is the way this turned out. You can see the shelf I added there, just out of scrap stuff I had laying around. I wish I'd had something a little thinner on that front one. I can actually change that if I need to. It would let me get into the bottom shelf a little bit better. But I'll just have to basically, use the stuff that'll fit. And if we're going up, you can see it is all in there. Now there's the top. I lucked out, like I said, with the height of it. Came out just about perfect. I don't know how else to explain it. It's not exactly the right length or the width, I guess, but it fits in there, and it fits in easy enough. It will do exactly for what I want, and that's basically all anybody can ask, I do believe. So I am thinking very seriously again about these. I'm thinking about putting a split in the top board to allow that to go up in there and sit there even with that on both of them. I don't know that I'm going to do that, but we'll see. That would allow me to go up a little higher, and it would also you know, put it in the middle like I want it. And so I'll have to check into that as I build them. That can be done at any time, not a big deal. So, but I was happy to get this done, this part of it. And again, that's the way it looks. Let me sit up, or stand up I should say. See the top of it. I can put, there's a lot of stuff I can put in there, a lot of different kinds of things. And you know, as far as letting it fit or making it fit the space there, I can in anything I want to put over there can go over the edge. It's not going to be a matter of, you know, in other words, it's going to be the majority of it on the top, and it's not going to fall off there, obviously. And so, you know, that's the way that works. I did clean it off, which makes it look a little bit better. So, like I say, very, very happy with the way that turned out. I just kind of worked on it a little bit at my leisure. I basically measured the difference, the space between the two shelves there, and split the difference. And again, like I said, I may at some point in the future put a smaller piece of something in there. If I had some of that maybe 1x2, that would be ideal for that. It would allow more space on the bottom. But again, it's not a big deal. I have one screw in it in the front. I can take it out, and if I need to, you know, put stuff underneath of it and just take the shelf out real easily. It fits in there really good. So that's gonna do me. Anywho, that's about all I can tell you on that. Now I did while I was while I was building this, I had an auction going on. I don't know if I mentioned this. I don't think I did, but maybe I did. I don't know if I did or not. For a Sony reel-to-reel tape recorder, a TC355, and I'm going to flash up a picture of that because as I was building this, I got the notice that I won it. So happy about that. If I won it for the price I think I did, it's pretty inexpensive. Not much more than I paid for the other Sony that I bought. I don't remember the number, $250 something maybe. I can't remember. But I've still got it and still working on it. Not actively, but I have. So, but like I say, that's that. And I just wanted to add this to it. And I don't really remember where that was coming from, but basically it was the bid was $1.99, and if I got it for that, I basically got it for under $30, which is not bad. It says parts not working, but it seems to be complete. And as we all know in the electronics repair business, that's can be fixed, no matter what the problem is. So, like I said, I'm gonna get that and hopefully have some fun playing around with that. I kind of like reel-to-reel tape recorders. I don't know why, but I do. They're not obviously a good music format, considering digital and things like that. But I do believe they have a better sound than digital, obviously. Anybody, you know, because they use tape for masters for a long time, and so again, that's the way I feel about that. I don't know what I'm looking at. I've got the camera over there, and I'm looking at the shelf, and the camera's just kind of looking at whatever it wants to look at. So again, that's what's going on here. Still haven't got any further progress in there. I've got a couple of things there. I'm going to throw out that can. It's going to go out. I've got the garbage can sitting near the door there, so I can load it up with stuff. And so that's going all out. And the rest of it, now the things on the bottom of that box there with the cases on it, is my nuts and bolts that I ordered some time ago from Amazon, and I need to put those somewhere. But I will include a picture in here of the space where the shelf was previously occupying in my room, and so that is one step closer to getting that corner cleaned out, because my bed is eventually going there. I've had my bed there before and I liked it there. and I think the girls kind of talked me into moving it around the other way. And so basically I want the bed there. I want to use where the bed space is for the desk, and I'm going to put my shipping station there. So that's the plan on that. So anywho, that's what's going on. So I want to wish everybody again, I hope everybody had a happy Memorial Day weekend. This is obviously Tuesday. Well, it will be when this is posted. And so I've got to do grocery shopping. I haven't done that the last 2 paydays. I just kind of been using what I had here, and my daughter and son-in-law brought me some food, and I've used that, and I've been able to basically skip basically a whole month without going to the grocery, so that's been good. But you know, I got to bite the bullet and do some grocery shopping this time for sure. So alright, that's going to do me. I think I've talked long enough and shown you enough progress that I feel good about it. And again, next thing to work on is that area over there and this mess clutter here. Now that I have a place to put some things, I can do that and hopefully get that area cleaned out and back to a fairly normal thing. At one point, or at some point, I want to take that 4x8 sheet of masonite, whatever it's called, and go between that drawer and this drawer over here on the floor, and that's basically going to be my runner for my chair, my roller chair that I'm sitting on right now. And that desk lamp sitting there, that's going on my shipping station. That was a gift from my granddaughter, I think a couple of Christmases ago, and that's going in there. And of course that's the FM tuner sitting back there. Still haven't found all the parts for that, so I've been kind of putting off doing anything with that until I run across them, because I figure at some point I am going to run across those. So so that's what's going on there. There's a beige bag. That beige bag goes in this box right here with the conduit stuff for the bench, the wiring. I need to put the rest of the wiring and stuff in that box too as well. So trying to get everything organized and back into a good semblance as far as you know, having everything in place and a place for everything, as they say. So this is a good start, I think, and so I'll let you guys go. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see ya.